Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast NXT 1st of July. It's your boy Ron T, the Icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
It's your boy AVE from DET.
And man, they must have heard us last week clowning how bad NXT was last week because they stepped it up. They stepped it up this week, and they stepped it up with starting off right with the TNA World Champion Trick Williams coming down to commentary to judge the very first match of the night, which was Wesley versus Abe's favorite wrestler.
Say his name and he'll appear. Ron believes in Joe Hendry. Ron believes in Joe Hendry.
That's right. Wesley versus the great, the new GOAT, Joe Hendry. I'm playing it up, but Joe Hendry. We know how much Abe loves Joe Hendry, so I know he
Negative.
Wave your hands from side to side.
We know you believe in Joe Hendry, just like everybody else. You just don't want to admit it. No, it's the wrestler that Abe loves to hate more.
He's a fan in denial.
Than LA Knight, apparently. I don't know. But Joe Hendry looks to have put Wesley away in this match, man. And then like Tyreek and Tyson gets involved. And honestly, it was a really good match. I enjoyed the match. But, you know, there had to be some shenanigans because Wesley came out with High Rise. They got involved, and Mike Santana came out, took them out of the equation. Joe Hendry puts Wesley away with the standing ovation. But, Abe, since this is your favorite guy, how did you enjoy this match tonight?
Let's clear this record here first off. That is not my favorite guy. It never has been.
You believe.
And it never will be. That is definitely a fact. But good showing, good match. It did what it was supposed to do. My favorite thing about this was, hands down, I know a lot of people would just give Booker T shit. They say, I hate his commentary. It's not serious. I love it. It reminds me of my drunk uncle at the family reunion. So from a personal standpoint, I enjoy that type of commentary, but I understand how others can feel because I can't take my uncle everywhere. You know what I mean? And that's how Booker T is. So, but I love it. And I love when he's commentating Trick Williams. They should go up to the main roster together. But this was great. I am not a fan of Average Joe, but we telling the story here, so I understand it.
Chuck.
Hey Ron, double check your mic though. It sounds like your main mic not picking up. Maybe I'm wrong though. But Chuck, your thoughts.
How about that?
I really like the storytelling in this. You know, the whole size and power advantage of Joe Hendry versus the speed and agility of Wesley. And Joe started off strong. Wesley was able to counter, but Joe had too much muscle plus the interferences. Come on. You know what's going to happen.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, my microphone want to be acting funny, so we know.
It wants to be started something.
It don't sound like his regular.
Gotta be over.
It's not extra crispy today. I don't know.
Extra crispy.
You know what I mean?
Do you want yours original or extra crispy?
And that's why you just got cursed. You said I was a Joe Hendry fan. And now you have a mic issue. Guy said you shall not speak blasphemy like that again. But before, are you figuring that out? A couple of people in the chat, shout out Kobe and Junior saying, what up?
What up, though?
Who else is this? Solu Staffs. I'm not sure I'm butchering your name there, but hi, can you wish me a happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. I'd say your
happy birthday to you.
And there you go again. It's my birthday. I'm glad it's your birthday. I hope you had a great day.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
You are turning up right now. Happy birthday.
Turn up.
You ready, Ron T? You good over there?
For some reason, it's not even reading it anymore.
No.
But as long as y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, run it.
It wasn't the mic.
I don't know. The mic doesn't want to work today, but moving on. Well, actually, I did first. I wanted to say that if people forgot how good Wesley actually was, he did a great job in this match as well, reminding people that he is still somewhere in that mid-range to top tier. Like he really could have the North American Championship. He should still be in that, in my opinion. He should still be, in the running for that, all in the mix of that the entire time. But very next thing they had backstage was Zoe Ruka talking to Tatum Paxley apparently last week, telling her not to trust Izzy Dane. Izzy Dane continues to play mind games, which leads to a tag match later on tonight with Zaruka versus Izzy and Tatum. She's trying to pretend that she is her friend. Maybe she is, maybe she's not. But coming up next, we had Luca coming out to the ring, and I thought this was actually really good. He called out Tony, told him he wanted to talk. Of course, Tony doesn't believe that he's still on his side. And as he's talking, they're saying, hey, you cost me the match for this Heritage Cup against Stax. And then Stax comes out to the ring. He tells him, hey, Luca's with me. So Luca tells him, hey, stay out of this. It's between me and Tony. And then he turns around and punches Tony in the jaw. Stax comes in to try to say it's him and Luca punches him in the jaw. He said that my only loyalty is to myself. And then he walks out. Chuck, what did you think of this segment between Tony, Luca, and Stax?
Hey, man. Sometimes you got to be about yourself. I hate to say it like that, but hey, sometimes it's all about team me. Me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. I think that was, I don't know if that was Destiny or Beyonce. One of the two, but I know at the end of the day, I can always count on me. I know myself got my back, and I am a one bad motherfucker. You feel me? Let's go.
I think that was Beyonce. That's what I think that was.
Me, myself, and I. So
I'm all for Stax right now. He's just looking like he coming out of this on top. I was worried during the whole build up, the storytelling, the whole what was it, a safe house? It was kind of off, but I'm seeing Stax rise during this storyline, and that's the whole point. You want a story to be told. The Don was the Don. He was on top. And now in this storyline, you've brought someone else up. I wouldn't say he's quite at that level, but he is in the trajectory headed there. If this could be played right, the storyline, his crew comes together, I can see the underboss being a serious problem here in NXT in the future. And then he's married. I mean, not married, but I just realized he's dating what's his name? The guy with the snake, his daughter.
Oh, yeah. He's dating Santina Morella's daughter.
Yeah, I forget her name. I know she's the princess of NXT or whatever she says, but yeah, her. But yeah, good one.
Yeah, so he's definitely winning on all
all fronts.
So yeah,
and backs if you want to say that. But hey.
So I think that's when you have something like this, you do want to help build up a new character, or build up somebody else. I think Tony had already established himself. Stax as the underboss was just a sidekick, so this is working out pretty well for Stax.
I think it might lead to a triple threat.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like it's going to. And that should be a good match because then, that helps Luca along as well. But up next, we had Lexis King versus Miles Bourne. And surprisingly enough, Lexis King controls the first half of the match. But then the two have an exchange where Lexis is getting a little cocky and overconfident. And, of course, Miles takes over from there with his Florida Gator buddies in the crowd. He finished him off with, it looks like, what is the zigzag? Like Dolph Ziggler's old move. And gets the win. But I'm liking that they're focusing on Miles Bourne. I think he has something special. I don't know if I really like his new music so much. It sounds a little generic. So if they can get him some type of theme song that's really memorable that he can take with him whenever he goes to the main roster, because right now it sounds a little bit like generic. But overall, this match, what did you think of it?
Yeah, this was dope, man. I'm a big fan of Miles Bourne. I like everything he's been doing. Even though the brother can't even hear, and I'm telling you, he can cut better promos than people that can. I like his
Yeah.
demeanor, his presence. He got confident about himself. And just like the match before, when you're winning outside of life, you seem to win in the ring. And we all know who he's dating, Stephanie Vakir. So I love Miles Bourne. I'm getting over the whole Randy Orton look-alike. He's starting to pave his own way, but when he gets to the main roster, he's gonna have a hard time with those Randy fans up there.
Yeah, unless they put him with Randy Orton as like, his protege or something like that, or some way to have Randy Orton give him the nod officially.
Right.
If I was them, I would have played it as he was Randy's nephew.
Like,
Because everybody know Randy ain't got a son, so it's like nephew would be great.
nephew. Oh, Randy does have a son, doesn't he?
I thought he.
I thought he
yeah,
just
Well,
had
he
one.
married.
Married
No,
son. I know by his.
physically.
He don't have any legit by himself.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Kale in the chat. What up, brother?
What up,
What I know.
Chuck? What did you think of this match?
I don't want to body shame anybody, but
Lex.
Lexus King actually look like he's getting in
What
shape.
type of precursor is that?
Because as somebody who's working hard to try to lose weight, I don't know why. I just saw Lexus King like look like he's getting in shape.
Yeah,
Like,
Booker T
you can tell
called it out too by his abs
you-
are starting to pop.
Like he not just the slouchy look like the background guitar player. Like he ready to stand front row and do a full stint concert tour. I don't know. But I thought it was one hell of a match. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell like Lexus King is he's heard the news of you look sloppy, you like a drunk, you get your ass together, and he even look like he working out. That's all. Hey, whatever.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Booker pointed that out too. So he said he got some abs coming out. So I guess Booker recognized the hard work as well. But who also is hard at work apparently is Dark State. They're hard at work of making up a plan because we got another video package from them saying that telling everybody NXT, y'all still not safe. Don't get cut lacking. Or what did they say? Hey, they're gonna slide on them or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
But
Talking
yeah,
that talk.
yeah, I'm still liking this whole thing. I'm glad, like I said last time, that they are not forgetting about Dark State, letting you know that they're still a threat. And Chuck, are you excited to see Dark State actually get back into something?
No,
You don't like Dark State too much?
no,
Oh, okay.
What?
They're not doing it for Chuck.
not at all.
I love Dark State. I'm going to say I'm very excited. Everything they got going forward. Sugar, I just think that he is an absolute star. When you got a star in a group, you can make it happen. And they got a star in that group.
I like him, but I don't know. To me, it's like Sugar's the star,
Sugar in the gang.
and the rest of the game look like just linemen that just do whatever he says. Like they just, I don't know.
You need to establish the other guys a little bit more.
Yeah, to me, so that's why I don't really like as the group. Nah, but for him, yeah, I'd love to see him more. But
yeah,
the group, I feel like they don't have no personalities. Outside of Sugar, the rest of them is just mindless giants.
I can see that. This next match though was actually surprising to me. It was Thea Hale versus the newly signed, I guess, about a month ago, Lainey Reed, and apparently she was Charlotte Flair's training partner while she was going through her injury and recovery, and I guess it shows, man, because Lainey was very impressive in this match. But Thea started off really hot. She was really fast and getting her good hits in, and then Lainey turned on the mean streak, and she was laying some hits on Thea Hale. It was pretty stiff shots. But this overall match, man, it was great. She had put her in a Kimura lock, and Lainey reversed it into a pin, put her feet on the ropes. The ref caught that time, but then she rolled her up again and then grabbed the ropes. Ref didn't see it because they were, angled in a certain way, and she got the win over Thea Hale. And Chuck, what is it? If you're not what?
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah. So this was very impressive, man. Very, very impressive. Lainey Reed looks like she's gonna be doing something special if they continue this little heel type of tactics. Chuck, since she cheated, What did you think of this match?
Man, if at first you don't succeed cheating, hey, sometimes you gotta try again.
She did it twice.
And I'm happy she didn't give up trying to cheat.
Yeah.
Hey, she was like, all right, this might be her second match, and she was like, you know what? Let me try this. And they was like, She was like, okay, my bad, and try it again. Good job, proud of you, girl.
She got the win. Hey, what did you think of this match? Were you impressed by Laney Reed?
This kind of goes back to what I was saying last week. This was a bathroom break match for me. For one, Laney Reed, I didn't watch any where did she come from? Evolve or LFG? Which one?
I think she was just in she was one of the NLD characters, but they paired her. I know she had a match maybe a couple weeks ago. It was her first match against JC Jane.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I'm just not invested in her just yet. And then Thea Hale, I'm still waiting. I got a receipt for Ridge Holland putting her through a table. So every time I see her, I feel cheated. I never got that moment.
No.
And Ridge, please come back.
Come back. We need that.
Give us what we want. Thea Hale put straight to hell
through a table.
Yes, that's what I want.
I want that too.
Thank you.
I thought we were past that, man.
No, we're still on there.
Now, I'm not down with men beating on women, but some bitches need to go through a table.
What?
I'm just saying.
Oh, man, the thoughts.
This is the clip of the week right here. I'm telling you.
The thoughts of Abe and Chuck is not the thoughts of the icon.
Whoa. I just said I want to see her go through a table. He added the rest. Like, he went a little further, okay?
Well, we're gonna move on from there.
You mean to tell me your lady never came in the room and you was hoping somebody came out the bathroom and yelled, "Get the tables"?
No,
that never happened to you.
No,
yes.
never happened to me before.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, y'all know I'm a fan of the Dudleys. Hey, Mae Young went through tables. Sometimes, I hate this. Damn it, go with them. Sometimes a bitch gotta go through the table. Cause
next segment before we get banned.
All right, Tavion Heights is backstage talking to Charlie Dempsey, saying that he wants the same deal that Miles got when he wants to go on one-on-one with Charlie Dempsey so he can be out of the NQCC. I'm thinking this will probably, they're slowly breaking apart the NQCC. It might be time. I want to see more from Charlie and Ren after this. So if that's what they're breaking it up, I hope they stay together and they do something. But what do you think with this NQCC thing? They're just slowly breaking them apart. You think it's time, Abe?
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's been time. I think there's never been a point during this group where I enjoyed them. So every moment of the group was time, I think. I mean, I enjoy them individually, but the group as a whole, I don't know. I just never invested in it. But I really like the future of William Regal's son. And girl, she's got great personality. Yeah. Ren Sinclair got great personality. Those two, and we already know what Miles Bourne is about to do. The other one, I'm not quite sure, man. I'm not quite sure.
Tavion puts on great matches, but I think he has a little bit.
He got work to do
with his character as far as like personality.
Yep.
Chuck, you feel the same?
Break them up. Break them up. Break them up.
Believe it or not, I feel like Ren Sinclair actually kind of carries this group as far as like personality and like just all the segments and stuff. If Ren isn't there, it's kind of boring. So I really think Ren should do well on her own.
So you're saying with us, break them up?
Yeah, I think it's time as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I said keep her and Charlie together because they're funny together.
They're funny together, definitely.
The rest of them can go their own separate ways. But it looks like Jasper Troy, he cut a promo telling Oba Femi that he's one victory away from his rematch, and Oba is backed by destiny, but his destiny belongs to him. So later on tonight, we are getting Jasper Troy versus Inumura to be the number one contender of that NXT championship. But the next match after that was Zaruka versus Izzy and Tatum. And the standout in this match, of course, was Tatum Paxley.
Of
Like
course it
we've been
was.
saying it for time and time again that Tatum was the star of her last group, Chemical X, and Tatum has become the star again in this little setup. And I mean, it's kind of crowded at the top right now, so they just want to keep her in the picture so you don't forget about her. But Tatum did an excellent job, and her and Izzy actually had pretty good chemistry, so much so that it got to a point to where Sol Ruka set up Izzy for the spear to take from Zarya, and Tatum moved her out of the way, and Zarya accidentally spears Sol Ruka. Tatum gets rid of Zarya, and Izzy puts Sol Ruka out for the pin and pins the North American Championship. I mean, the champion, and you know how that goes. Once you pin the champion, that makes you the number one contender pretty much right away. But I was shocked. I did not expect them to actually win this match. Chuck, what did you think of this match, and did you expect Izzy and Tatum to win it?
Tatum Paxley is ready for the main roster.
She is. That's all he had to say.
Yeah, I agree with that. Tatum Paxley is ready, man. She don't need to do nothing else in NXT. Any more could ruin her. Just let her get it. Put a couple people over, get her some wins. But her character, spookiness, the weirdness, comedy act can be useful up on the main roster right now. It's a little too much seriousness up there. She'd be a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. I can't disagree with that. Like, as much as I want them to see them put like a title on her, I don't think she'll fit in any of the title pictures right now.
No, not right now.
Unless they're gonna put that North American Championship on her. And right now they're going with her and Izzy and Sol Ruka. So I mean that's still a choice to give her that North American Championship right before she's on the way out.
I see Izzy with it more than Tatum.
Yeah.
Tatum's ready to go up.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and after that, we had a few backstage segments. We had Ethan Page, and this was actually pretty funny to me. Ricky Saints. They were talking in the back with Ava, and he wants to get a shot at the North American Championship. And they said he has to go through a gauntlet match with Vanity Project. And if he wins that, then he's the number one contender, and he gets to pick the stipulation for the match. And Ava agrees. Now, the funny part to me was that Ethan Page was using the lingo from these young guys from Vanity Project. He sounded like somebody's uncle trying to be cool with the young kids. But that whole setup thing was pretty funny. What did he? I forgot what he said, but he said a hundo or something like that. But I thought that was pretty funny. But I'm excited to see this this gauntlet match. I think this should be a pretty good showcase for Ricky Saints. Maybe have some really high spots for a couple of the people in Vanity Project. But overall, we're expected to see a rematch between Ethan Page and Ricky Saints. After that, we had Mr. Chase seemed to get some growth from his new students, Kel and Uriah, and he's going to do some things a little bit differently. Then we see Joe Hendry and Mike Santana are going to be united on a tag match because they have a common goal of bringing back the TNA World Championship back to TNA. Then we get Ava telling Izzy, like we said, she's going to be the number one contender to face Sol Ruka next week. Looks like at the Great American Bash. And then Hank and Tank confronts Nico and Sean Spears, saying that they were the ones that attacked them last week. Tatum tells them if they feel really big and bad, they should put their titles on the line, and Ava signs off on that as well. So looks like they're stacking up next Tuesday and the Great American Bash for some really good matches. I think they're putting a lot of things in play just for this Great American Bash. I think you got the Great American Bash and Evolution. Is that next week as well?
I think so.
Next weekend. So they got a lot of stuff going on that they're setting up. And then honestly, they're doing a pretty good job, if you ask me. With all of that, we get the Inamura versus Jasper Troy. And this one was my breakout performance of the night. I would have said it for Tatum Paxley, but we kind of expect Tatum Paxley to really put on a great show. But what I did not expect was how good of a match that just Jasper Troy and Yoshika Inamura match was on. Before the match, he asked his partner Briggs to stay in the back and said he was going to handle it himself. And it seemed to be a good idea because Jasper Troy was throwing some hard shots and Inamura was throwing them right back. And then Inamura was in control before the commercial break. But after the commercial break, it looked like it was a different story when Jasper Troy was taking shots from, I got to say pause. He was taking some hard punches from Inamura, and he was withstanding it throughout the entire time until he didn't. And shockingly, Inamura defeats the seemingly unstoppable Jasper Troy to become the number one contender. Abe, did you see this coming at all?
Yeah, unfortunately, I did. I knew Jasper had already lost, so I figured Inamura was getting it. And I'm just not an Inamura fan. Like I say, I like my professional wrestling serious. He seems like a jokey joke guy. It is no way in hell he has any shot in beating the ruler. This is absolutely pointless. Bringing back more merit to my comment I said a few weeks ago. There is no main heavyweight men's section in NXT. There's Oba, there's Trick, and a bunch of niggas. And that's just pretty much it. And we have to sit and wait until we get some type of development from somebody to crack that top tier with the two of them.
Chuck, what do you think?
Same as him, but I will say, Troy looks menacing. He has the size, Pauls.
He got potential,
but you could tell that he's still wet behind the ears, as they say. So I even with this match, you can see that he held his own, but you could tell Inamura was kind of carrying the match, and the huge splash at the end. You know, it was kind of like I expected this because I just knew that as great of a look he has, I just knew he doesn't have the experience to get ready for somebody like the ruler.
right?
Yeah, so I agree with that. Once the match was over, I still was shocked that it happened the way it did. I didn't think Inamura was going to win, or I thought something else was going to happen, like Briggs was going to come out, or something like that. But to get a clean win on Jasper Troy, I was actually surprised with that.
And Inamura is strong. Like I didn't realize how strong he was until that little side suplex.
What he said he had to do, he trained in sumo. So I don't know. I kind of like Inamura. I'm not a big Inamura fan, but I kind of like his wrestling style. I think it worked well. I thought they put on a really good match. Like I said, it was my match of the night. But after the match,
Inamura,
I can see what
that's ridiculous. I'm sorry, man. Inamura is just ridiculous, man.
He's like you said, he got the jokey joke thing, but before the match. But once he's in the match, he's serious. And
I like the ending. The ending was great. Javon Evans is bouncy.
Yeah, and after the match, the ruler comes out to face Inamura, and they're talking. And Jasper Troy is looking like he's mad in the ring, and Javon Evans does a springboard cutter and leaves Jasper Troy laying in the ring. So that looks like that's what they're setting up for him. I agree.
I'm for that.
Yeah, I think that's a better matchup for Jasper Troy. I think Javon Evans, of course, is a lot more experienced, but he's not as experienced to be the main guy right now. So I think that's the perfect setup for both of them. But yeah, I can see what you're saying too. It's too early to put Jasper Troy in the position of the guy. I think you'll set him up to fail if you do that. But get him some good reps with some guys that you want him to step in the place of. I think he'll be straight.
Or give him some more house shows or behind the scenes show of matches to really train, get better. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, he has the look. He has a lot of potential, but he definitely does have a little bit more work to do. And to close out the show, We had Jordan Grace come out to the ring to talk to the NXT crowd, and she talked about evolution coming up. She talked about self-doubt and proving to herself that she belongs in the WWE. Then she is interrupted by JC Jane. She comes down and says, no matter how strong Jordan is, she would never be able to carry the division. And Jordan cuts her off, and then she gets jumped by Fatal Influence, and out comes Blake Monroe
Woo!
to even out the playing field. And at the end of the night, it is announced that Ava set up a match with a tag match between JC Jane and Fallon Henley versus Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe at was it the Great American Bash. So we can look forward to actually finally seeing. I still want to call her Mariah May. It is hard for me to call her Blake Monroe.
It's ridiculous, to be quite honest.
They should have called her Mariah Monroe. It would have been a lot easier.
That'd have been great.
But Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace versus JC Jane and Fallon Henley. This should be a great match, though, man. I'm excited to see her actually get in the ring in NXT, and it will be the Great American Bash, which will be Saturday, I believe.
Yep.
So, yeah. So that's how it ends. NXT ends with both of them standing in the ring together, setting up for a good few PLEs and NXT next week. So I'm excited for that. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll start with Abe. What do you give this episode of NXT?
Oh, it wasn't bad as last week.
Last week you gave it a 4, something like that.
I think I gave it a 4. It was a failing grade. It would have been a 0 if it wasn't for the women. Once again, though, the women did carry it. Tatum Paxley was incredible. The main event is going to be great seeing Blake Monroe. But what are we doing here with the men? What are we seriously doing? Right now, we got Oba Femi going up against, what's his name? Nakamura?
No.
Inamura.
Yoshika Inamura.
Yeah, whatever. That guy who will be laid off in a couple of months and back working for Panda Express. Hey, buddy, I love orange chicken. Fill me up. But he's fighting the world heavyweight champion. This is ridiculous. So, still, it's down there low, but it is a passing grade. The ladies killed it, so I'm going to give it about a 6.9. It's a high D. High D for me.
I think he came from Noah, Japan, though. That's if he was going anywhere, that's what he would go back to. But Chuck, what did you give it?
I'm going with a 6.
A 6?
Why the racist voice?
Because you said Panda Express. Now I'm hungry.
That's a fast food American establishment.
You did say you didn't eat yet too. So
I did.
That's a fast food American chain. He's an American. What are you talking about? I didn't.
Ron said he's a sumo wrestler, so I'm going with the deep voice, and I'm going with a 6.
I'm going higher than y'all.
I'm going to get canceled from here.
I'm going higher simply because
Ron believes in Joe Hendry.
Oh my
I am
God,
giving it a 7.5.
That was ridiculous.
This was a 7.5 for me because I think they set up some really good matches for next week.
You can't give motherfuckers nothing, dog. Ron got the camera, I got the voice box.
Oh man,
you can never give us nothing.
This show is off the rails, man. We got Joe Hendry from Ron. We got racial remarks
from you.
Oba Femi and that guy is Rush Hour 4 and NXT. This is ridiculous.
And what about you? Bitches need to go through tables.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Before we get out of here, is there anybody in any comments you want to read before we get out of here?
No, not too.
They probably gave up on something long time ago. It was like these motherfuckers.
Oh, Emily is saying we just found out there is a pre-party and an after party at All In. Let me know about it. I think I will be down there. So Emily, I'm gonna be DMing.
Is that that's in September, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we all might be there. Well, next time you shall see Abe and Ball Bro tomorrow.
And me.
Oh, and Chuck Jordan will be there too.
I'm off. I'm off all week. I told you I'm here all week.
For AEW Dynamite. And you can check us on Thursdays, every Thursday for our in-studio show. Fridays, SmackDown. Saturdays, we may have a game show or something something special that we have going on. And every Sunday, you can see us with our special guest interview that we do every week. Like I said, you'll see us every day, man. This is what we do. Wrestling content. We have some sports content as well. And Chuck, what do we have?
We got merch.
We have merch. Check it out. And then until next time, man, it's the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's your boy Ron T, the icon.
It's your boy ABE from DET.
My name is still Chuck Jordan.
And this is